Yes, 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 yes. UNA. Yeah. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm yours truly, Diva. Welcome. All right, let's get into this thing now. Representing for the UNA Republic and UNA University. Today we've got a session. It's called Are You Truly Sovereign? Are you truly sovereign? We need to go all over that because a lot of people want the membership package, and we're going to talk about what the membership package is, but we also need to talk about what it is to be sovereign. Now, are UNA Republic membership packages? They come with a trust, all right, and they also come with a membership badge, and they come with an allodial ID, and there's a QR code that helps you to access your documents quickly, all right? So this is our membership package. Now, what is the trust? And I'm going to just call this, this trust helps you to establish your own jurisdiction. This trust is about you establishing yourself as a nation. All right, that's what this trust is about. So, if you're wanting the membership package, find the link in the bio. When you find the link in the bio, sign up for a consultation. All right, and then we're going to give you a consultation so that we can establish your enrollment and or your membership. Now, this is the membership package. We have also, when you're getting your membership package, there is a class, all right? There's sessions because we need you to be educated about these tools. These are tools. And you have to be educated about what these tools are to make sure that you will be able to use them when you need to, all right? Also, we want to establish for you, make sure you're clear on what it is to be a sovereign, because some people have this notion that you can just get away with doing dirt, just because you have your trust and you're not under the jurisdiction of the system. We're going into that tonight, all right? Now, go ahead and find the link in the bio for my people on YouTube. Find the link in the section, all right? Subscription. Find the link in the subscription section. My people in TikTok, find the link in the bio, okay? Get enrolled. You also can find us at UNARepublic.com. UNARepublic.com. All right, so let's get into this. Are you truly sovereign? Are you truly sovereign? Do you understand what it is to walk as a sovereign? Now, I want to go into this because we got a lot of people who are seeking knowledge, all right? They're wanting to find out what is the truth, what has happened, what is the history. And you've been made to feel like you are the black sheep of the family, because some of us who are searching for knowledge, we get shunned by our family members because they're saying, oh, I'm a slave and I'm comfortable with being a slave. You need to be comfortable with being a slave too. And some of us are saying, no, that's not okay. We want to know the answers. We want to know the truth. We want to free ourselves. All right. So I need to get into this because UNA, I found that there's so many. Actually, most of our students are like that. Our students, members, clients, they are in that position where they're the only ones in their family that's searching or seeking the truth. And so this is why it's important to be in a university, because you need to surround yourself by like-minded people. When you're talking to people who are happy with being a slave or being ignorant about things, it becomes draining. And so you have to have other people around you to feel you, to help you recharge your battery. Otherwise, you're going to be drained by these people who really do not want to know, and they are purposely holding you down, purposely because they feel comfortable in their lowered status. They feel comfortable being a slave. And the only way that you're going to be able to uplift yourself is, first of all, by removing yourself from those who are purposely trying to keep you down. They don't know they're doing it. They think they're doing the best for you. Baby, we've been slaves all our life. So then we might as well go ahead and be comfortable because you don't want to have to fight the system. And yeah. They don't want to know the truth. And so now that brings me into law. Because you can't force somebody. I have too many people that come to me who are frustrated because they're trying to uplift their family, but the family doesn't want to know. Well, you're going against the law, the universal laws. You can't force somebody into anything. Some of you all who have children, you know full well, you might want to tell your children, oh, you got to do it like this and you got to do it like that. But you can't force your way onto them. They've got to live it. And it's the same way with your family, your friends, and anybody else. You cannot force your knowledge or your desires onto them. They have to want to do it for themselves. And if they don't, then you got to back off. Because then they're going to drain you. All right? I hope we're clear on this. When we're talking about law, we're talking about universal laws. And if you are around people, and this absolutely includes your family, because most of the people in UNA, they found themselves there because they can't deal with their own family for the simple fact that their own family is very much comfortable with being a slave. All right? If you're not comfortable with that, then you want to enroll so you can get the knowledge, because the thing that frees you is your knowledge. So we've had to implement a course where you have to take that course before you're getting this membership package. This comes with education. You got to be educated on what this is. These are tools and weapons. And if you don't know how to use them, then they cannot work for you. And if you don't have knowledge, then you cannot have freedom. They do not coexist. Ignorance and freedom do not coexist. All right. Rocco asked me, what do I think about the SF 181 form? When we're talking about the SF 181 form, you're talking about status. Anything dealing with status is dealing with a dead fictitious entity. It doesn't have anything to do with you. Status deals with the state, United States Corporation, and how many benefits they have to give you. Well, we're talking about a trust. We're talking about ownership of your organization. All right. We go through the SF 181 form when you go through your membership and you get your membership package. We go through the SF 181 form in detail, making it clear what the SF 181 form is and how you can correct it if you decide to, and what the real power and where the real power lies with respect to changing your status or establishing your sovereignty. All right. Thank you, Rocco. Let's see. I had another question in here about the 1099. Let's see what we got. With respect to the 1099, does the 1099 tax form expire? I'm not sure if I understand the question, because there are different years that they have for the 1099. They used to be. Now, they're changing those forms now, I think, where you can still, you can write in the year, but they used to have it where, every year you'd have to order a new set of tax forms. So if that's your question, I'm not sure about the 1099-Cs, if they expire or not, because some of them, the way they have started doing them is where you can write the year in. All right. So now let's move into this. Are you truly Sovereign. Now, one of the things that when we're talking about the membership package, getting into this membership package, we at UNA, we want to make sure that you are a good fit. You are a right fit for us, that you are truly sovereign, meaning you know how to act. I need to go through this again so we understand what a sovereign is. Now, when we're talking about a government, which is what most of us have been told the United States Corporation is, a government, govern means to control. Ment means mind. A government is control of the mind. That's what that means. Why does a government come into play? A government comes into play because people have lost control of their mind. So you're no longer sovereign. Sovereign means master of self. So not only do you have mastery of your vessel, you got mastery of your mind. You know how to act. You have mastery and knowledge of the law, universal laws. I'm not talking about man's laws and the seatbelt law and the speeding law. Those are not even laws. I'm talking about the real laws. I'm talking about the universal laws. So when you have knowledge of those laws and you have knowledge of how to stand and operate in this game, you sovereign. You're a master of self. The problem is we have forgotten that. And this is why a government has to come into play. Now, I talked about this the other day where I spoke about how, this government comes into play because we don't know how to form in our own communities and create things for ourselves. We don't know how to, get the funds for example, the way they got the funds from whatever the federal government is. And I say whatever the federal government is because there is a difference. These people called the United States Corporation, they are answering to somebody. They're answering to somebody. And let me see what's going on over here on YouTube. But yeah, these people who have formed the United States Corporation, they have to answer to somebody. When they get funds, remember, there's this Social Security account, and it's denoted by your all capital letter name. Well, that's somebody who's created a fund for you on behalf of your mother, because they can't do it without your mother's signature. All right. So somebody has created an account, and it's denoted by that Social Security number and the all capital letter name. Now, in recognizing that, that's an account that belongs to you. Somebody is the fiduciary of that account, and the name of that fiduciary is called the United States Corporation. The United States Corporation is nothing but a great big credit union holding your estate. United States Corporation is nothing but a great big credit union holding your estate. Now, what do we know about joining a credit union? When you join a credit union, you what? Somebody put it in the comment section. How y'all doing over here on YouTube? Queen Pisces says, Diva Laree, thanks for the knowledge, Queen. Thank you, Queen, for showing up. I hope I'm not offending. Diva Laree, this is all just new information to me. And with all this LGBT stuff, I'm not saying is right or wrong. I feel like nature will correct the mess. Okay. Thank you, Queen. We're not even on that topic today. But yeah, nature will correct the mess. All right, let me get back to this. What is a credit? When you are a member of the credit union, what does that make you? Somebody. Okay, it makes you part owner. It makes you part owner of the credit union. So I'm going to say this again. The United States Corporation is a great big credit union. When you have a membership with the United States Corporation, yeah, you're part owner of that corporation. All right. So I said all that to say this. This United States Corporation, quote unquote, government, which is not, comes into play because we don't know how to go to the federal government like the United States Corporation is, which this bank or this credit union, they go to a federal government with your mother's Social Security, or let me rephrase that, the birth certificate that your mother signed, and they borrow funds, and they have to, by law, put those funds into an account that they are now the fiduciary for. All right, meaning they're supposed to pay the bills. So, okay, we're getting this now. The problem is that we lack knowledge about how to do that now. And I need y'all to understand that they're still a private corporation owned by Britain. They're not government. But the deal is they have made themselves appear to be government. And until we come back into knowledge of self and we truly become sovereign, we take control of our estate with our tools and our knowledge, then we don't have to worry about it. SF 181 form. You can fill that out. Again, we go through that in the class. We make it clear what the SF1 form is, how you would change that if you desire. Okay, we go through that. Now, getting back to, are you truly sovereign? Now, ask what have you. But then, do you think it's okay for you to go out and just do all kind of dirt, harming people, whatever it is on the roads where you're speeding and you're doing whatever? Not that I'm saying, again, speeding is not a law. But then, are you recklessly driving? Are you driving with reckless abandonment and no respect for the people on the road? Is that okay? I mean, seriously, I'm hoping they pull you over if that's what you do. I don't care if you got a trust or not. Are you respecting other people out here in society? Are there drug charges on you and you constantly end up with drug charges and you think, well, it wasn't mine? Or do you think that a trust is just going to get you out of jail, not recognizing the energies behind what you're doing? Are you really sovereign? Do you really know how to act? Are you in your right mind? Are you? Because if you're not a good fit for UNA. We're very serious about our membership, and we do not desire to have people in our nation who can't stand as a nation. You cannot stand as a nation if you're constantly having all kind of issues come down on you. That has to do with you. Oh, no, Diva, because the system is messing with me. The system be picking on me all the time, and I ain't do nothing. That wasn't even my cocaine, Diva. I don't even know how. Okay, tell me about the last charge. What you talking about, the last charge? See, sometimes things happen. Oh, okay. So there's another charge, and you think I didn't know about it. What I'm saying to you is, when you take this step to become a sovereign, let's be clear on this. This is nothing to joke about. This is nothing to where you think I'm just going to do whatever I want to and I ain't under them and they can't tell me what to do. No, you have another set of laws that you have to be responsible for, and they are called the universal laws. They are called the universal laws. And so if you're doing dirt, now watch this now. You might not be under the system anymore. United States Corporation, you're not under them anymore. You are sovereign now. If you do dirt at this level, the ramifications that the universe will put on your head are far greater than anything you're going to experience under the system. Do some dirt and you're going to wish you was back up under that system. This is serious sovereignty. This is serious about making sure you're walking in your right mind. If you're not walking in your right mind, you don't know how to be respectful of others. You don't know how to stay out of trouble. You always fighting somewhere. Your boss always firing you, or you can't get right. This is not for you. We want serious people. People who know how to honor their word and everything they say. People who know how to respect other people. This is serious. So if you think this is just about, well, you know, I just want the paperwork. See, that's the problem. You know, some of you all paid a lot of money to be enslaved, meaning you went and you got a mortgage, you went and got a car, you went and you got all these credit card bills, you paid to go to school. You paid a lot of money to be enslaved. But you wanted to, just like that. Some of y'all been enslaved for all your life. But you just want to all of a sudden jump up and I want to be free. And I wanted to be free when I'm free. I want the freedom of the freeness and give it free. No, that's not how it works. Again, I say, you're going to pay. Whether you pay with Federal Reserve notes, you pay with blood, sweat, and tears, or you pay attention. You're going to pay. Or all of the three. But it's got to be about you being willing to go through the process, meaning to learn the knowledge. It's just not just about paperwork. You got to learn the knowledge. And anybody who's out here talking about, I'm going to sell you a package and you're going to be free, they're not being honest with you. They're not being honest. So I'm okay with you if you feel like, well, I ain't got time because I'm desperate. I got to get this money. We're not talking to you. We're not talking to you. Talking to those of you who really want to learn this knowledge so that you can stand as a nation. That's what you are. When you get these documents, you standing as a nation. Not just, I'm going to get the SF-181 and then I'm going to tell them, I'm not black no more. I'm white. Okay. This is way beyond that. This is way beyond that, all right? Okay. Are you sovereign? Sovereign means, once again, that you have mastered self. You know how to act. You know how to respect people. You know how to keep trouble off of you because you know how to put out the right energies. All right. I want to know if I have any questions. My bad, Diva. Guess I'm just greedy. I want to pick your brain of the knowledge while you live, but let me focus on the topic at hand. All right, give me a second. I'm not sure where that came from because that LGBT thing just jumped right up out of the nowhere. I just want to make sure I hit everything. All right, so now I want to go over this real quick because I know that, a lot of us are in a place where, we want to get these funds, Diva, because I want to clear up my credit card bills. I want to clear up all this. Listen, we're going to start here with the spiritual side. I know y'all like, well, Diva, I ain't got time for the spiritual side. Well, then you ain't got time for the true remedy. You don't have time for the true remedy if you don't want to hear the spiritual side. Listen, all of this stems from us not honoring our words. When you are putting down on this contract that, hey, I'm going to pay this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, you got to honor your word. And that's the problem. You signed something and now you just want to get out of it just because, well, I found out, Diva, we ain't got to pay this. You still gave your word. So now you have put this energy out that, hey, I'm going to do this and this and this. And now there's certain things that you have to do on the spiritual side to clear it up. First of all, it starts with not being so angry and not being so, because some of y'all are so mad with the quote unquote government. I get it. Some of us think we are straight up victims. I get it. But that's not how that works. And then some of us think we are entitled. When you're coming with that energy, it's very difficult for the universe to give to you. When you have an entitled mindset, it makes it very difficult for the universe to give to you. So listen, again, honoring your word. And I'm gonna answer this question. I might need some clarity on it. Honoring your word. Having gratitude as opposed to entitlement. Okay? And understanding law. So I encourage you guys to come into the UNA University. The last time we got on some history where I went back and we understood. If you didn't get that session, you can find us on YouTube at UNARepublic. Okay, we run the whole session down. Everything is posted there. We're also streaming on YouTube at UNARepublic. I invite you all to go there. If I have any questions, let me see if I have any questions. He who seeks equity must do equity. Thank you, King. King Supreme. Yes. You must do equity if you seek equity. And only thing the universe is giving is equity. What does that mean? The universe is returning the energies to you that you put out. A lot of us are very entitled minded. A lot of us do not know how to show gratitude. A lot of us do not know how to actually keep our word. And when you're in that type of mindset, it's very difficult for the universe to work for you because the things that you're giving out is what the universe is giving back. Hey, I'm entitled. I feel like I deserve this. And then I don't know how to treat other people. I'm disrespectful. And then you want the universe to give you something other than what you put out. That is not how it works. You're putting out energies over here. The universe is going to return that equally and then some. When you put out good energy on this side, the universe is going to return you good energy. Y'all know how you do when you give. Some of you all have given, you didn't even think about it. You at the corner and you see somebody who is in need at the gas station or whatever, and you give $5, $10, and you don't think about it, but that money comes back many times over. That's the universe returning. That's how these laws work. And when you're not putting that out, when you're not putting that type of energy out, you cannot expect it on this hand. If you're putting out negativity, then expect that. Oh, Diva, but I be giving to people all the time. I just give, Diva. I give and don't nobody give back. Okay, that's not what the universe said. Because if you gave like that, then you're going to get it back. Let me answer this question. The LGBT, hold on. This is information, man. In light of this LGBT stuff, did I miss something? Because I do sleep under rocks. I do. I don't pay attention to the news at all. The only time I even know what's going on in the news is when y'all start knee-jerking about things. Did I miss something about the what? Queen, tell me what I missed, because I might have missed something. Do y'all have any questions? Thank you, Incognito. Incognito says, I give so much, and so much is returned. Thank you, Incognito. I'm the same way. I give so much, and so much is returned. Whether it's knowledge, money, time, insight, a lot is returned to me. So that's where we have to be. Now, I'm going to get into something, and then I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you, sister. She says agreed. I can't see the name. Let me see if I can see the name. Nope, can't see the name. It's a rose. It's beautiful. I'm calling you Rose. Thank you, Rose. All right, so now let me get into this. And if y'all have any questions about law, any specific questions about true law and standing in sovereignty, let me know. Now, I get a lot of people who will ask the difference between sovereignty, secured party, because they've heard somebody say, you don't want to be sovereign. Yeah, and please, friends, the term sovereign citizen, don't use that term. If you haven't gotten the hierarchy of law chart, this is a hierarchy of law chart. Okay, you can get the book, the ebook, for $15.99, and this is the hierarchy of law chart. I want y'all to pay attention to this. And I know it might be backwards for some of you guys, but right here, this is sovereign up here. This is sovereign. All right. Citizen is down here. Sovereign, once again, is a master of self. All right. We stand up here under God's laws. Citizen is down here. Citizen is a slave of the corporation it pledges to. We're not anybody's citizens. We're sovereign. That's it. They can't be together. You say them together. This is a master. This is a slave. That you can't be both at the same time. Either you're a slave or you're the master. You sit as a citizen down here, and you stand as a sovereign. So please, let's make sure we stop confusing that and don't let people call you a sovereign citizen, because you got to understand from a legal standpoint, they're calling you a terrorist. From a legal standpoint, they're calling you a terrorist. So want to be careful. Sovereign is the word. So the difference when we're talking about a creditor, we're talking about someone who has control or authority over the estate, who can sign for the estate. All right. So that comes back to that's the same thing as the secured party creditor that you hear. You used to hear that term all the time. All right. So we want to understand what we're getting into is sovereignty. This is where you are master of self. You are taking control over your estate. And then you're also putting a protection over yourself. You're putting yourself under another jurisdiction, and you're standing as a nation. What if you use Taiwan as a country? You authenticate with it. Is it okay? Yes, I think Taiwan is under the Hague. Is not under the Hague. It's a non-Hague country. I think Taiwan is a non-Hague country. Now, so thank you for that question, Carletta. And let's understand what Hague is and why it came about. All right, so you hear people talk about the Hague versus the non-Hague countries. All right. When you're authenticating your birth certificate, and let's real quick talk about why you're authenticating your birth certificate. When you're authenticating your birth certificate, you're doing it because your birth certificate is a title to your vessel, your landmass. All right. It's like the MSO or the manufacturer's origin. All right. Manufacturer's document of origin. So basically what it is, you know, okay, and I've talked about this before. When you have a car, you have to have the MSO, otherwise you can't take that car out of the country. Well, that's the same thing. Your birth certificate is like the MSO for your vessel. All right. Showing that you have ownership of it. Now, to get that birth certificate authenticated, you're going to go on the state level and then on the federal level. Now, on the state level, you can authenticate it in Taiwan, and it's not really, because it's a great seal is what you're going to get. Not the Apple seal, but the great seal is what you're going to get for your birth certificate, all right? And then once you get that birth certificate, that great seal from the state for that birth certificate, then you send it to the federal side. With federal, you need a non-Hague country. Why? if the country that you choose to authenticate under is is inside of the Hague, then the federal won't authenticate it, because they're going to say, well, you already in the Hague, so you don't need to have your documents authenticated. So here you go, take that back, and we're going to keep the check. They're going to keep them. They'll keep the money, but they're going to send an organization or a country that is non-Hague. Then they're going to authenticate it, because then you're not inside of the U.S. Now, what is the Hague? The Hague was set up when the United States Corporation went into bankruptcy in 1933. There are laws that they have to abide by as an organization that is bankrupt. There are laws that they have to abide by as an organization that is bankrupt. And so the Hague is the organization that comes in, and they're saying, hey, you got to do this, this, and this if you're going to be dealing and operating as a bankrupted company, because that's all the United States Corporation is. It's just a bankrupted company. All right. So the Hague comes in, and one of the rules that they have, so that y'all understand, because as you know, there is no money, nothing is really being paid. You just sending bills. Now, one of the things that they have to do in this, if they're conducting business, is that every business has to give you a receipt. If they're taking Federal Reserve notes from you, they must give you a receipt. Otherwise, it's going to be considered fraudulent practices. That's coming from the Hague. All right. So there are laws that they have to abide by. Just like when they sell that birth certificate to get funds from the federal government, by law, they've got to establish a Social Security number and an account with the all capital letter name. And they can't do business with anything but that all capital letter name. These are rules coming from the Hague. Now, all the countries that are under this Hague, again, when you get to the federal level, if you are saying that you're authenticating under a country under the Hague, then they won't authenticate it, because it's like, well, you don't need no authentication. You already under the Hague, you're already under the rule. But then if you're outside of it, then they will authenticate, because you're not under the rule. I hope that makes sense. All right. I just want to explain that, because I know a lot of people don't explain what the Hague is and really how powerful it is. All right. And they don't explain why you want a non-Hague country. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay. Thank you, Queen. Queen says, since there are no males and the male is an inside-out female, what would the woman's true identity be far as sexuality goes? I hope I answered the question. Okay, all right. Since there are no males and the male is an inside-out female, what would the woman's true identity be as far as sexuality? All right, so now Queen is talking about some things I discussed with respect to the molecular structure of who we are. All right, so those of y'all who don't have it, you can check out some of our videos. Also find us on YouTube, and we can go more in depth on that. So basically, what Queen is asking about is the fact that what men are versus what women are, and how I've spoken about the male is a female, and all males originally were females. All right, and so I go so far as to let you know my brother is my sister. This is not a disrespect to my brother, because I love my brother, and I know we all have been taught certain things in this society. But the male is an inside-out female. What does that mean? Well, you've got, when we're talking about breasts, all right, when we're talking about breast, the male, your breasts or your chest are non-functioning breasts. All right, those features were taken away from you at the time of your mother's pregnancy. All right, what is your womb? You have a womb, but it's called a prostate. It's a dysfunctioning womb. Your vagina, well, it's on the outside of your vessel. It's called a penis. That little Darth Vader looking, that little Darth Vader looking thing on, that's the clitoris. It's just on the outside of your vessel. And of course, the skin that was removed, those were your labia. We can go on. What are your scrotum? Those are your ovaries. And just like the woman, she's got eggs in her ovaries, you got eggs in yours too. They don't tell you that you got the same number that the woman has. All right, with all that being said, I just had to put that down because I know somebody like, what is she talking about? Go and look this up. All right, I'm not making it up. So with that being said, answering your question, I guess the question is, how do we identify? Let me hold on. Since there are no males and the male is an inside out female. Okay. So bottom line is all of this identifying and all of that. As you said, nature is going to come back into order. Nature is going to bring all of that into order. I wouldn't concern myself with that, Queen. Really, what you want to concern yourself with is making sure your energies are right. Because when your energies are right, again, everything around you is going to be in balance. You're not going to worry about, well, this one say they male and this one say they female, but they look now, that one look like a male and this one look like a female. You don't have to worry about that. And the thing is, when you're getting caught up in other people's stuff, here's the deal. When you're working on self, you're too busy working on self to be worried about what somebody else is doing. You too busy focusing on you to the point where you don't have time to be dissing nobody else or be concerned about nobody else. When you are focused on you and all of your energies are on point, it doesn't matter who's coming around you. It doesn't matter what they're claiming to be. They're going to show you love because that's the only thing they can show you. I hope that answers your question. I get it. These people are on the television and we watching TV and we concerned and they making us concerned about things that we really don't need to be concerned about. Focus on you and your energies. Are you on point? Because when you on point, everybody else in your dimension has to be on point. They have to be. And if they're not, then you got to check self. All right. Thank y'all for liking and sharing. Thank you for joining me. Do y'all have any other questions? Greetings. I'm late. I hope all is well. Everything is well. Everything is wonderful. Do y'all have any other questions about law? Do you have any questions about molecular structure? And anybody have any pushbacks on the man and the male and the female and the fact that my brother is my sister? Thank you, Queen. Queen says, where can I purchase the book? You can go to UNA University and get that book, or you can find the link in the bio. Thank you. Let me say this. Queen says, where can I purchase your book? And by the way, the intro song is jamming. All right. That's why I put it on, because I'm jamming back here before I come on live. Thank you, Diva Laree, and you're right. And I'll stay on the topic next time. I was just excited to pick your brain. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. A lot of people had that question, and you were the one who asked it. So I'm happy that I was able to answer it. Mitochondria. You know that's my favorite topic. Mitochondria is my favorite topic, but the spirits don't like it when I talk about it. I don't know why, but so I'm gonna leave it there. If y'all have any other questions before I get out of here, because I'm ready to go, thank everybody for joining. Brian, Incognito, Rose, thank you for the love. Mo, Nay, thank you for sharing the live. Roy says non-Hague countries. Yeah, non-Hague I hope I explained that all right, because when we're talking about the non-Hague countries, we're talking about the countries that are not under the Hague. They're not under those laws of these corporations that have to follow the rules of the Hague, one of which I told you is that, y'all ever notice why they trying to make you get or give you a receipt? I don't know if you have ever been in a line at like McDonald's or Wendy's, because when I would go, I remember I would see this sign that says, if you did not get your receipt, please let us know and we're going to give you a free meal. And I was wondering, why are they so adamant about giving you this receipt? Because that's a law. And if they don't give you a receipt, they could be considered conducting fraudulent transactions, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble. They fear somebody. They fear somebody. And so knowing that helps us to understand that they just not running. If they could, listen, if they had all the control and the power that we think they have, they would have run us over by now. But they still making you sign for everything. Even when they're talking about taking you to prison, they can only take you if you sign. Lawfully and legally, they can only take you if you sign or consent. King, thank you so much for the roses. I really do appreciate you. Williams, thank you for joining and following. I'd like for y'all to follow, subscribe, like, and share, and comment, please, everybody. Okay, thank y'all for the love. I'm just going through here to see if I have any other questions or comments. I'm going to get out of here. I want y'all to know I love you. I love you. I love you. And I love you. Please, y'all be sovereign. Be in your right mind. And also be in the right energy. Because I got to talk about vibratory frequency, because that's important. Stay in the right vibratory frequency so that you can start creating your heaven right here on earth. I want y'all to know I love you. I want you to know I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to see you next time. See you next time. Go and find the link in the bio and enroll. All right. Sign up for a free consultation so we get you enrolled, either as a member or a student. I want you to be a student because we want to make sure you get all of this knowledge. Okay? When you're a student, we can help you even more. I love you. I'm out. Peace. Bye-bye.